without question. Yes. Oh, hold on. Okay. Go like that. Yep. Okay. We are going to be. We're live with everybody. Just a couple moments. Stand by. Yep. McKee has really stepped into it. Big time. We are live with real news. Not this nonsense they're peddling. That's right. Yep. I think the audio is fine. Yes. Big time. Yep. Audio sounds good to me. Guess what, McKee? Well, there we go. There we go. All right. That's all right. I can monitor that. Not a problem. You know what the good news is? Not a problem. Yes. Sounds like bad weather coming. Okay. There we are on X. Let me check YouTube. Yep. There we are on X. Sounds like bad weather coming. It does. Easy for you to say. Let me check us out on YouTube. Folks, all of our platforms continue to grow. Yep. Let me see. I think we're live right there. Nope. I don't know why I'm not seeing that. Unknown. Oh, there we go. And there we are on YouTube. Hi there, Bimbo. BIMBOH. And there we are on YouTube. Yes. Hi there. Hello, all. Bimbo. BIMBOH. I didn't mean to say that like Bim. I'm not saying you're a bimbo. Thank you very much, Warwick Ghost Hunters. You're the best. We've got to boost up our YouTube followers. We're getting there. You're the best. Yep. We've got to boost up our YouTube followers. Yes. Getting there. You're the best. Yep. We've got to boost up our YouTube. We may have to go live on YouTube more. We may have to go live on YouTube more. Sounds what I just said. All right, we're going to be starting momentarily, un momento. By the way, yes, we're going to be doing Road Patrol Live. What are you, nuts? Where do you hear it? Is that me? Oh, right. The audio is fine. Let's see. So let's see. All right, we're live in that does sound like bad weather. I know it's bad weather coming because JR told me that it's bad weather coming. All right, enough of that. Type in that. Good. Okay. Everybody share that you are watching. How about McKee? I can't get over this guy. And he thinks he's going to do a re-election bid. He does. I don't care what anyone says. You can't tell me differently. He thinks Pork Boy is going to put him over the top. He's not. I don't know what top and bottom that they're referring to. Pork Boy will put me over the top. What's that? Are we live? Yes, folks, good afternoon at 1:06. This is the real news. I'm looking right now North Smithfield Woonsocket will have parking bans starting Saturday afternoon. How long is this storm going to go, for crying out loud? Saturday afternoon, parking bans are going to go into effect. Wow, that's pretty weak. Gabe Amo, roses are red, violets are blue. It's always an honor to work in Congress for you. He's not working in Congress for us. Claw hugs and kisses. President Trump won Woonsocket, Amo. Yep, that's exactly right. All right. Let me just check, though, the folks. Good afternoon, everyone. What a week it has been. Now, as you know, we don't stop. This is where we kick into high gear. It's kind of like in what was that film? I'm blanking on it, where he has the knob that it can go up to 11, where everyone else goes to 10. Hold on. Let me just get this, and then we'll begin our hour of real news. What was the heavy metal? I realize that I'm live on the air, by the way, folks. Right now, we are live on. I can't believe. We are live right now on AM 1380, and also we are live on, and you can listen at DePietro.com. You can listen at Spinal Tap. That's right. Spinal Tap, the 1984 American mockumentary comedy film co-written by Rob Reiner, Christopher Guest. Spinal Tap. That's exactly right. Harry Shearer, members of the heavy metal band Spinal Tap, one of England's loudest bands. That's the one, Spinal Tap, where he has his can go up to 11, where everyone else stops at 10. Anyhow, let me just check the weather forecast, folks. All right, this afternoon we're good. We're dry. Tonight, dry. All right, the stormy weather seems that it's going to come in tomorrow afternoon and then into Sunday. Holy cow. All right, let's stay on schedule. Now, on our website, dpetro.com, someone asked me, is it true? Can you confirm or deny? Will you confirm or deny that you have body cam footage of the Providence police at Club Motion on Broad Street when 7 were arrested? Confirm or deny? I said, I can confirm that. Absolutely, we have that. Why would I deny that? Why am I confirming or denying? I will gladly confirm. Yes, we have that on our website, which happens to be depetro.com, which is brought to you by the Coesit Inn, 226 Coesit Avenue, West Warwick. You know what they say. Lunch, dinner, drinks. Who said drinks in the lounge? Drinks in the lounge, as long as you don't mind dining or drinking with Anthony Santos. Folks, the Coesit Inn. And remember, now with the storm coming, the market at Coesit, right there, prepared foods, delicious chicken soup. They're waiting for you. Check it out. The market at Coesit, right there at the Coesit Inn. You know what? Also, let me just stay on schedule. Folks, remember, all winter long, keep your home heated. Best possible way to do it. If you depend on propane, you can depend on Propane Plus. Call them today in Rhode Island. Propane Plus, 401-885-4209. In Massachusetts, 508-252-3359. Now, they have a very user-friendly website. It's propaneplus.com. What do I mean by that? I mean, you log on, residential or commercial. I'm getting emotional talking about Propane Plus. Type in your zip code, and boom, it's right there for you. The original, the best. 3 generations serving you, the Johnson family. Propane Plus, 401-885-4209 or 508-252-3359 for propane plus. Now, I did hear these parking bans are going to be in effect starting tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Now, the northern part of the state, it depends on where you are. I think a lot of people are going to get rain, which would be very good, as a matter of fact. You know what else? I'm seeing this, Channel 12, timing of Valentine's Day brings boost to local businesses. That's not exactly true. As I was speaking to a restaurant owner this morning, he was like, no, actually, Valentine's is best when it's like a Monday or Tuesday, because then you get the bonus night. When it hits on a Friday, yes, it'll be crowded, but they usually do pretty well on a Friday or Saturday anyway. Most restaurants. I think you know what I'm talking about. So, but I want to let me just check, just for road patrol purposes. I'll try Channel 12. They have, no, everyone just goes, it's not going that far. How far this, where this forecast is going to go, just because it could affect Road Patrol Live. So let's hear.
Weather alert with meteorologist
all right,
let's
hear TJ Del Santo.
It's going to be a mixed bag this weekend, TJ.
Yeah, a little bit of everything will be coming out of the sky over the next 48 hours. But right now,
I don't know about everything.
Sunshine, but it is kind of windy. In fact, we have a wind advisory.
It is windy
for our area. Winds gusting 40 to 50 miles an hour, especially in northwest Rhode Island. Here's some of those gusts. We've got 25, 32 mile an hour gusts from the northwest right now. Temperatures are in the low to mid 30s. We're at 34 in Providence, but it feels like 24 with that wind chill factor. In East Providence, we're at 36. You see the camera shaking around. We've got blue skies mixing with a few clouds. Look at this lake effect snow streamer all the way across New York, down into Connecticut. There might have even been a couple of
later that day.
Earlier in the morning, we are tracking some energy working its way out of the Rocky Mountain states. Going to help to energize this system coming out of the Gulf. And look at all the moisture just kind of explodes as we go into the overnight into tomorrow morning. So let's focus in on southern New England, see how it all plays out. Saturday morning, starting off dry, sunshine mixing with clouds. Clouds thicken through the day. Here we are at 5 o'clock. Notice the snow just working in. So we're looking at some snow showers for maybe an hour or so. And then as we go through the evening, the snow becomes a little bit more widespread. It's heavy at times. I'm thinking 10 p.m. to 3 a.m., some of the heaviest of the snow. But after 2 a.m., notice we've got some sleet and freezing rain beginning to work its way northward. And we're going to start Sunday with some ice falling from the sky. Sleet and freezing rain. Could be some slick travel Sunday morning. And it kind of hangs around, especially in northwest Rhode Island, for a good portion of the morning hours. So something to keep in mind if you're traveling that part of the area. We're looking at some rain, maybe heavy at times, late in the afternoon on Sunday. If there are any storm drains clogged with snow and ice, there certainly could be some street flooding late in the day on Sunday as well. How much snow are we talking about? Well, generally 2 to 4 inches expected across the area, maybe a little bit less. Now, this is before we start to see that changeover. And if you're thinking, when should I go out and shovel?
When should I go out and shovel?
Midnight, 2 a.m. or so. And that's when we start to see the precipitation change over to sleet, freezing rain, and eventually some rain. And so we're looking at the possibility for that rain to be a little heavier out across northwest Rhode Island.
Good.
It does
get rid of the snow.
Hang out, though. The cold air kind of hangs out for much of the morning. So some moderate icing possible. Have to watch for icing to cling on to tree branches, power lines. Could be some isolated outages north and west of Providence. Everywhere, I think we'll at least see some light icing on a Sunday morning. So that's what we're tracking. Travel conditions Saturday afternoon and into Sunday. I think it's okay at 4 o'clock. Even at 7 p.m., fair conditions. But
all right, so Saturday night is bad.
Become snow covered.
Saturday night is going to be bad.
Right through 7 a.m., poor travel conditions. The snow will be coming down heavily for a while. We'll start to see ice falling. By 10 a.m., I think fair conditions, still not going to be the best for traveling on Sunday, but the worst will definitely be the overnight and into Sunday morning. For today, temperatures low to mid-30s in the afternoon. Windy, winds gusting to 45, maybe 50 miles an hour.
I never watched the weather.
Now for tonight, we're looking at clouds arriving late. Fine for any dinners. Going out, no problems at all.
Good.
It's a little cold. Now for tomorrow,
chilly.
Dry start. We are looking at that snow to develop probably after 5 p.m. Clouds thickening through the
Saturday night sounds bad, folks. No road patrol Saturday night, but I may be live. We'll see.
Maybe some more snow next Thursday. Is turning 1? We want to help you celebrate. You can scan.
All right, enough of that. Now, let's stay on schedule here. I apologize, but it does impact what we do. Now, right now, it is 1:16. Now, there's several stories I want to touch on. Now, number one, there's something that's very significant. Tom Homan, who is the border czar, appeared this morning on Fox and Friends with the mayor of New York, Mayor Adams. They're going to use, or attempt to use, they're going to start to detain illegals and set them up right there in New York, as a matter of fact. Now, if you've been following locally, Channel 12 did a story, and the Wyatt Detention Center is saying, well, we're full. But folks, this is a problem. They have to go somewhere. So that's something to watch. We're not seeing, I'm not hearing anyway, of anyone that's saying, Governor McKee, all of this talk about homeless shelters, it's like they want to turn the entire state into a homeless shelter. Charlesgate now is going to be homeless. Now they're saying, well, maybe the Cranston Street Armory should be turned into homeless. I mentioned that woman saying, oh, the state should buy St. Joseph's Hospital and buy Pawtucket Memorial and turn both of them into homeless shelters, which is ludicrous. Anyone that says that, they don't understand who's paying for this. I'll be the first one. I'm not paying for this. I don't think you want to pay for it. But what you're seeing is New York City is playing ball when it comes to immigration and when it comes to ICE. Boston is not. Boston, with Mayor Wu, I believe now they may be the city that they make an example out of. I recognize there's a number of you that don't pay attention to this. I can tell, because there's a number of people that just keep saying, oh, they should go here or send them to this, whatever. Somebody send them to the Walmart. No, they're not raiding stores. Pay attention. Boston, they want to go where there are the most people. And right now, it's the worst first, the criminals, as far as deportation. Now, I want to touch on, because while the rest of the media is celebrating, folks, there's nothing good. Nothing good is going to come out of the fact that the Rhode Island delegation, Congressman Magaziner, Congressman Amo, we have apparently an activist judge. None of that, I believe, is going to benefit the state in moving forward. I don't think in any way. But I want to touch on, number one, DOT Director Peter Alviti testified yesterday. I want to touch on that. But I want to give you an example where I think the media should be more aggressive. And no one is going to be aggressive on him. I did post it on the Facebook page. But folks, to stay on track, I want to remind you about Kids Club on the Pike. Kids Club on the Pike. It's right on the Cranston-Johnston line. Birthday party venue. Available for private rental, entire facility. They also do before and after school care. Transportation before and after care for school-age children, ages 5 through 12. Preschool, half and full day program for preschool children, ages 3 through 5. Kids Club on the Pike. They're right on the Cranston-Johnston line, right on Plainfield Pike. You can call them at 401-443-5336. Again, whether it's for a private party or maybe it's before or after school care or preschool. Kids Club on the Pike. It's clean. It's dependable. You can depend on them. 401-443-5336. And by the way, that's the headquarters, but they have several locations that they could accommodate your child. It's Kids Club on the Pike. Now, I want to just play. This is an example to me that I don't like to. I normally don't like to Monday morning quarterback or second guess when someone's doing an interview, because I understand that sometimes, and I think especially, for instance, on Channel 12, where he went on, Governor McKee went on yesterday, and he is I can't get over the Channel 10 story either. But here's the part I want to get to. Many times, if you're doing an interview, and let alone with this, where the clock is ticking down. And he's purposely doing that to just do a limited time interview. Governor McKee knows if he's live that he could kind of run out the clock. He knows it's not going to go on and on. And so therefore he's just playing for long answers. But this is something. And I want to, I posted, this is a sitting Rhode Island governor. A sitting Rhode Island governor. And this is yesterday on Channel 12. Now, I saw Kim Kalunian recently in Coventry when they had the press briefing about they found the human remains. And I've known Kim a long time. I used to work with her, really like her, always been nice to me, nice to my family, same thing with the husband. But I want you to just listen. To me, that this is a talking point, and Governor McKee, he doesn't even get challenged on this. So listen to this.
Concerns me the most is, quite frankly, is given pardons to people who stormed our capital, hurt people, killed people, destroyed our, really attacked our democracy.
He's talking about the Trump administration, and he's saying what really bothers him. Now, this is a sitting governor, Rhode Island Governor Dan McKee. What really troubles him is the pardons of the J6 protesters. And he ups it a level where now he's claiming that there were homicides, that these people committed murder. I had to listen to it 3 times.
The one that concerns me the most is, quite frankly, is given pardons to people who stormed our capital, hurt people, killed people, destroyed our, really attacked our democracy. And yet at the same point in time, the pardons come, and then you're going after the very people who actually uphold our rule of law by either terminating them or putting them on notice.
Pardons. The damage done by Ted Kennedy and people that try to sound like him. Pardons. Oh, my God. Imagine the White House watching this. Let me play it again.
And yet at the same point in time, the pardons come, and then you're going after the very people who actually uphold our rule of law by either terminating them or putting them on notice or even potentially prosecuting them. This is a very serious thing. Even my friends who are Trump supporters are saying this is just too far to go, to push back in a way.
First of all, he doesn't have any friends that are Trump supporters. So I take issue with that. But I want to play this first part. Folks, just bear with me for a moment again. This is so irresponsible.
What concerns me the most is, quite frankly, is given pardons to people who stormed our capital, hurt people, killed people, destroyed our, really attacked our democracy.
That is a complete, hear me out, that is a complete lie. Not one person connected with January 6th. By the way, the biggest investigation that they've ever done. Not one individual was charged with homicide. Not one. All of the people that were jailed, all of the people that were imprisoned, all the people that faced charges. You have the sitting governor of Rhode Island claiming that on January 6th, they went in, they killed all those people. They didn't kill any. The only one that died that day as a result of it was Ashley Babbitt, and she was shot by the Secret Service. The rest of it, there was nothing. Listen, I'm not trying to second guess Channel 12, but how do you let him say something like that? That jumped out at me. They killed people. That's a lie. Hey, listen, if that were true, then I would have a problem with them being pardoned. You know why they were pardoned? You know why it's pardons. God. Everybody him and the lynches want to be Ted Kennedy. God, the damage done by locals trying to imitate the manner in which the Kennedys speak, these pardons. Oh my God. It is so, I'll tell you folks, it is just shanty Irish is what it is. But the fact of the matter is that is a lie, and it troubles me, and it should trouble you. This is a sitting governor. And he's sitting there. Now, he's going to be going to Washington soon. Is he going to say that? Can you imagine how President Trump would react to that? Can you imagine Rhode Island Governor Dan McKee saying, I have a problem, you pardon those people after they killed. What is he talking about? There was no one charged with homicide. No one. None of all the people. Hundreds, maybe even 1,000 You know why? Because there was no homicide. But I don't understand why he's allowed to lie in that way. But folks, this is the way they operate. It's not just McGreed saying this. Then the rest of them start saying it. Then Matto starts repeating it. And he pardoned those January 6 killers. It's so irresponsible. And I'm not saying I'm surprised. I believe, not to beat a dead horse here, but I believe that type of thing should be challenged. And I can only hope, probably not. I don't follow all the interviews that he does. I don't. I did see that meaning the governor, he did do an interview with the Boston Globe, first time in 2.5 years. We know Pork Boy is intimately involved with the re-election. Folks, I'm not going to beat a dead horse. It's still, I'll be honest, I don't understand how the Rhode Island Republican Party, how they allow, I don't understand it. But there's several things that here's something I really want to stress to you. Just because it's allowed, it doesn't mean it's right. And there's a difference. What do I mean by that? The Registry of Motor Vehicles, the DMV, right, located in Cranston, the Pastore Complex, they say we don't keep track of how many driving privilege cards we give out. Now, I don't believe that. I think that's a lie. But the circles of media that they travel in, when they say that, it's just accepted, even though it's a lie. Same thing with McKee. When Governor McKee is on WMcKee Protect the Governor segment, Governor, are we a sanctuary state? No. Oh, okay, let's move on to the next question. It starts to be accepted. It starts to be accepted. Does that make sense to anyone that the Rhode Island Registry doesn't know how many of these cards they gave out? Total BS. But it's allowed because the local media just nods like, oh, okay, they don't keep track. That's absurd. You watch. If old Bud Craddock and the DMV people, if they were subpoenaed, if the feds came in, which I think they will, and said, no, we want access to your computers. We're very confident that you know exactly how many of those you've given out. Then you'd see a different tune. My point is, just because something is accepted locally, it doesn't mean it's right, and it doesn't mean there aren't going to be ramifications for it. And I think the registry is one. And, there's the sitting governor. This isn't, he's not the Democrat chairman. He's not the rep at the state house. You're the governor. That's important. They were killing people on January 6th. That is a complete fabricated lie. Anybody's allowed to get away with it. I get it. If they want to fact check him in real time, then he won't come on. What's the point? Look at that hearing yesterday that the media drooling over. And I'm going to touch on it in a moment. But folks, I want to remind you. Now, if you're having a problem with your heating system, Modern Mechanical, this is not the time of year to be dealing. What can Modern Mechanical do? Call Richard and his crew, whether it's boiler repair and maintenance, furnace repair and maintenance, heater repair and maintenance. Modern Mechanical, 401-441-5442, 401-441-5442, Modern Mechanical. This is not the time of year. If you're listening or watching right now and you have a problem with, maybe it's your boiler's not working properly, call Modern Mechanical. Maybe it's furnace repair and maintenance, call Modern Mechanical. Heater repair and maintenance, call Modern Mechanical. Water heater repair and maintenance, Modern Mechanical. Call them right on Jefferson Boulevard. I share their Facebook page, 401-441-5442. Now, by the way, speaking of the storm, Watson Materials, they opened at 5 o'clock this morning. They have bulk salt and ice melt available. Watson Materials. They're another one. I share their Facebook page. You can call them. Maybe grab some. Tomorrow would still be a good time. It's going to be bad on the roads. It is. Saturday night, Sunday. Well, there's another storm apparently next week as this month of hell continues. Contact Watson Materials. Call Sean, 401-885-0600. Tell him I sent you. Watson Materials. But they can get you bulk, salt, and also ice melt. Watson Materials, South County Trail. Now, folks, the part about the registry, you watch. That is not going to stand up. No legitimate, reasonable person believes that the state of Rhode Island, that the DMV, that has all of this information available, and yet it's accepted that we're supposed to believe they don't know who they're giving these driving privileges to. Let me ask you, does that really make sense to anyone? Do you understand if you didn't keep track? You're giving a driving license, basically. Well, no, it's a privilege. It's the same. It looks like a license. They can get behind the wheel of a vehicle. This lie needs to be blown up. There's no way we don't know how many we give out. Folks, they know how many they've given out. They know where they live. They have pictures of who these people are. And I believe not tomorrow, not Monday, not even this month, eventually, I'm very confident that ICE is going to want that information. And that's when the rubber's going to hit the road. When suddenly the McKee administration trying to defy immigration. Folks, I understand. There are hardworking people. There are. I hear from a lot of business people. How serious is this? We have people in our kitchen that are nervous. We have repair people that are nervous. We have people that do various jobs and they're nervous. I'm telling you right now, they don't need to be. That's not who they're going after. But something needs to be done. We have the right to know who are these people that are coming into the country. And it's very simple. This is no system. Open borders is no system. And folks, there are some people that are so upset about it. There's two populations that are huge in Rhode Island. We obviously have a huge Guatemalan population. Hey, it makes sense. Mayor of Providence, Mayor Lorza, he was an illegal from Guatemala. His parents came in as illegals from Guatemala. He was the mayor of Providence. He started direct flights to Hillsgrove, to TF Green. He said, come, I'll protect you. So that's why Silver Lake, Oneyville, Manton, that whole area filled. Now there's others, but the two are, there's a huge Dominican population in Providence, in our area, in the 401, and huge Guatemalan. All these people from the DR, you're not here legally. But folks, they get Medicaid, they get EBT cards, they send their children to the school, they don't pay local taxes, they don't pay federal taxes, they don't really have permission to be here. They overstay visas, they get visas to come visit, and then they never leave. When one family member comes and plants the flag, the rest of them come. I'm telling you right now, if the Rhode Island officials, if they were truly serious, hear me out, if the Rhode Island elected officials, notice I don't say leaders, but if they were really serious about trying to strengthen this, they would say, we have a database and we're keeping account of these people and we have a system in place. Like, at least they could do is say, we know that Jose is here and he works at such and such a building and here's where he lives and here's who he's here with. But what our elected officials try to do is they say, I don't know, and I don't want to know. I worked with someone like that more than once, tragically, unfortunately, where there'd be wrongdoing going on. I worked at a radio station that were hundreds of thousands of dollars being stolen, and the person in charge would say, I don't know, and I don't want to know. That's not being a leader. That is not leadership. That's also not responsible. So what you have is Governor I don't know, right? Everybody is Sergeant Schultz. It doesn't work that way. Now, I want to talk about the DOT thing. First of all, the media was up there and they're covering it and blah, blah, blah. And there's DOT Director Peter Alviti and the whole thing. Folks, I didn't listen. At this point, what is the point? At this point in time, unless you have someone under oath, what are we talking about? Why are they even going through the motions on this? And why is he the only one there? I'd like to see that chief of staff, that Stu Gigliosi. I'd like to see him grilled. What did he know? None of this makes sense. None of it makes sense. We know what's going on. It's obviously a cover-up. Obviously, it doesn't stand to reason that in July of 23, that the Washington Bridge passed inspection, and then they suddenly closed it in December. And they're trying to act like it was, it was just an act of God, like a lightning bolt. No, it wasn't. Someone was passing inspection when it shouldn't have. And I know some people like to say, well, this goes back to Gina. Well, Gina wasn't in charge. Okay. Instead of going that level, there should be more people there. I don't, this whole strategy, we're just going to send out Director Alviti. Listen, I know Peter. I like Peter. Peter has his own weekly show, Down the Dial, Protect the DOT. He's become very media savvy. All he does is stand up and say, the buck stops with me. That sounds good, but what are we talking about? How did that pass inspection? Were there payoffs? Where did the money go? That bridge has sucked $4 billion. Where did all the money go? It wasn't an act of God. I'll grant you it was happening for a while. My question is, why wasn't it picked up? And who was getting paid? I want to remind you about DOT. Not one person has been terminated. Not one person has been demoted. And not one person has been suspended. I don't understand any of it. It's more than a year later. And they still it's the strangest thing. We don't know what happened. I don't believe that. If you have people this far along that legitimately don't know what happened, then they shouldn't be there, period. I also want to give credit to Channel 10. I couldn't believe when I saw this. Tamara Sakarcha. I'm going to read it in just a moment, folks, but I do want to stay on schedule. It is Friday. Yes, we're going to be active with Road. We're going to be active tonight, maybe this afternoon. Who knows? Definitely tonight. So be ready for that. And then we'll see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow night into Sunday doesn't sound like it's very Road Patrol friendly weather, so to speak. But I want to remind you, actually, about quality asphalt seal coating. Call Corey 401-283-9815. Quality. I share their Facebook page. Quality asphalt seal coating. What can they do? They seal coat driveways, parking lots, crack filling, pothole repair, line striping. They can make your pavement look like new. And by the way, that is important. If you have a parking lot, remember, they make sure that the parking lots are ADA compliant with city and town regulations. You can get in trouble if you don't have that properly. They make sure that you have the proper amount of handicap spaces, proper size, placed properly on the parking lot to avoid fines from the city and town. Remember, quality asphalt seal coating. They could also resurface sports courts, pickleball becoming wildly popular, tennis, basketball. They can epoxy garages and patios, decorative concrete flooring. Remember, quality asphalt seal coating. They can fix potholes and cracks. Contact Corey today. Now, you can look for them on Facebook, whether you're listening or watching right now. You can find my Facebook page. I share their page, Quality Asphalt Seal Coating. Call Corey, 401-283-9815. Now, folks, the Tamara Sakarchik of NBC 10 put this out, and I was unaware of this because of Channel 10 reporting, and I want to give her credit. Governor McKee is now reviewing these remote agreements for state workers. 2,200 state employees still work from home. Folks, 2,200 people. Now, first of all, let me be the first one. We don't need all these state workers. The state workforce is double that of New Hampshire. The state workforce is getting close to 16,000 people. It's bad enough that during the pandemic, nobody got laid off. No one missed a day's pay. No one had to do the whole furlough thing. Zero. 2,200 people working from home. Is it too much as a taxpayer for us? Is it too much to ask that if you are in fact a state worker, at the very least, that you go into an office, wherever that may be? Listen, to me, it's different. If you run your own company, if you're a business owner or whatever company it may be, and you've decided that you're going to allow some of your employees to work from home, that is your decision. That is a personal decision you make. You may decide you don't need as many people, or you're going to hire more people, what have you. But if you're a state worker, the least we could get is that they show up into the office. I mean, this is absurd. Folks, that's why they are so on the wrong side of this whole thing with where things are going with the Department of Efficiency and Elon Musk. And frankly, I think it's embarrassing at this point that the Rhode Island elected officials start to use Elon Musk as like their punching bag and punchline. Folks, there wasteful spending on the national level, 100%. Oh my God. The amount that they're uncovering, it's so out of control. I am so glad they shut down that USAID. I mean, that is ludicrous. That group, I know people in DC, they felt they don't answer to anybody. And it's all with our money. It's with our money. But this is the death. Wait till Elon Musk. Wait till the new transportation director, Sean Duffy. Wait till he finds out about this. DOT director Peter Alviti told lawmakers the state has enough money set aside to rebuild the westbound Washington Bridge if President Trump cancels $200 million in federal grants to the state. I wish I could have been, folks, the fly on the proverbial wall when Governor McKee was told that they said that. Well, if that's the case, that certainly begs the question. That, well, then you don't need the money. I have no idea why Director Alviti would say that. I don't know. And I have no idea if now they're trying to walk it back. Hey, mistakes are made. Things can happen. But can you imagine? You basically announce, oh, we don't need that money. Oh, good. Great, because we're going to use it somewhere else. Folks, something else that I don't know the answer to this. I don't know why our local media doesn't talk about this anymore. But hey, don't forget, Rhode Island Governor Dan McKee, the whole situation with the bridge is under federal investigation. So, without knowing the politics, I believe that it's very possible that that the Trump administration, transportation, that they may feel that, oh, it's absolutely worthwhile to grant that money for the bridge. However, someone might say, however, to be prudent about it, we're going to wait until the federal investigation is over. We're going to wait until the feds give it a clean bill of health. We're not going to. What if, in fact, a bunch of people at DOT are taken out in handcuffs? What if Governor McKee is taken out in handcuffs? We could only hope. I could see, hey, listen, we're not saying we're not going to give you the money, but we'd like to wait until the investigation is complete. Once we are convinced and have confidence that the money's going to be used what it's supposed to be, not just all these people are donors. I mean, the Washington Bridge, I believe, and I've been saying it for a while, that it's too big for Governor McKee. I think it's too big for him. And it's just such a mess with, all the companies that the state is suing, and then they're suing back. Folks, it doesn't make sense. Well, I'll tell you what does make sense, and that is staying as healthy as possible. That makes a lot of sense. And that's why you have the opportunity to pop in and see the Queen of Health, Marie, at It's My Health, 1099 Mendon Road in Cumberland. Good afternoon, Queen of Health.
Hey, John, we have a king of health now, don't we, with
Yes,
Bobby
we do.
being confirmed yesterday and
Just fantastic.
and sworn in. I am so happy. I think we're finally on the edge of some big improvements in health in the country.
Marie, he has been such an advocate the way you have been, which is there are so many natural ingredients. If people would just be educated, that they could improve their health, stay healthy. You don't always have to run and take a pill, go to the pharmacy. There are plenty of things on our earth that if people would just do a little homework or pop in and see you, that are perfectly natural that they could take that would improve their health.
Right. Along with, eating right, finding good quality food to eat, making it yourself, staying away from a lot of processed things. Drinking good water, getting exercise, fresh air, sleeping well, those things are all very, very important. But sometimes we need a little bit of help. Sometimes it's not enough, even if we're doing all of that. If we have a stressful job, we have stressful family things going on. There's so many things. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about stress today, because that's what everybody deals with. And we know that stress is behind a lot of illness. So we do have some products that can help when we're really stressed. A super popular one these days is called Gabatrol. So GABA is really nice for relaxing the brain. When you take it, usually within a half hour, you find yourself, at least I do, sighing, just it's been that kind of a day, and you just feel it all releasing, and it does relax. A lot of people say it helps them sleep. They do have a product that also has some other things in it to help with sleep. But stress, oh my gosh, we're all so stressed. Anxiety, lots of anxiety, lots of stress. So herbal things, homeopathics. This one here from Boyron is a homeopathic stress care, stress calm. It's really good, real simple, doesn't even interfere with other things that you might be taking. Where herbals, sometimes you have to be a little careful, but the homeopathics, you have a little bit more flexibility. And of course, teas. We have teas like Relaxed Mind. We have Cup of Calm. We have bulk blends as well. And of course, we have CBD. So we have a product. These are gummies, and this carries the CBD, and another is called CBC, another cannabinoid that really helps with mood, and it helps with stress to be able to relax and calm down from a crazy day or a crazy week or month or whatever you have going on. It really can be that breath of fresh air.
You are amazing, folks. Isn't she just? I could listen to you all day. Folks, do you realize how fortunate you are that you could pop in to It's My Health, 1099 Mendon Road in Cumberland, and have a private consult with the Queen of Health right there? Now, Marie, also, there's still a lot of people that are sick, and there's a lot of germs going around. I'm willing to bet you have some things that could at least get some nutrients back in people's body as they're trying to recover from. Apparently, flu is really bad right now. There's still a lot of people that are sick.
A lot of people sick, colds, flu, viruses, you name it, people are coming in with it. We do have some homeopathic remedies, the Acilo, the cold calm, the throat calm. We have a lot of syrups too. Of course, vitamin C and zinc right now are great things to be taking. Quercetin, NAC. There are just a number of things that we can do to help prevent, to keep our immune system strong, and things that we can take when we're in the middle of something. And, it may not erase it, but it may shorten the duration. It may make it less severe. So there are some things, that we can do herbally and homeopathically.
Now, what is on tap for tomorrow, the big day, Saturday, at It's My Health?
Yeah, well, at least the snow is supposed to hold off, right?
Yeah.
So we'll be here from 9 to 4 tomorrow, and we have a yoga class at 10 o'clock. We have 2 Pilates classes, one at 8 and one at 9:30. And then the rest of the day, it's me and everyone who comes in the door.
Now, what about that someone was asking me, I got an email, I'll have to check it. Donna sent me an email about what is the gong therapy that you had talked about, Marie?
So gong bath is a sound therapy. It's really a fun evening. We just had one a few weeks ago. Everyone lays on the floor, so people come in with pillows and blankets and yoga mats, and everybody just gets comfy. It's kind of like a slumber party, and the people who run the gong bath set up the big gongs, these big metal circular things, and then they have all kinds of other sound making tools, and they just do a great job. You get bathed, really, you do get bathed in the sounds, and you fall asleep even if you're trying not to, and you just relax. It's just so nice. And so you get there and you get comfortable, and then when it's time to go, we have to wake everybody up. We do some exercises to kind of get everybody back, because you don't want to come out of that kind of a wonderful thing and then hit the road right away. So we tell people, don't gong and drive.
When is the next one? That sounds fantastic.
We'll probably have another one in May or June. We're looking at dates right now. We usually try to do them about once a quarter, but Michelle does a great job, and she does things all around the state. We have the Rhode Island Holistic Healing Association, which I'm a part of, and they have most of their meetings here, is having a big wellness day at the Crown Plaza in March on the 23rd. It's a Sunday. And there will be some gong bath going on there, along with other things. Our medium, who comes here a lot, Roland Comtois, he will be there. He's a keynote speaker. I'll be there. I'll be poking around all day. They specifically made it a Sunday so that I can be there. But Wandana, who runs the Rhode Island Holistic Healing Association, is promoting it as best she can. It is a wonderful, wonderful time, and you can meet a lot of people doing a lot of really healthy things.
You are just amazing, folks. It's the Queen of Health, Marie. Pop in and see her at It's My Health, 1099 Meadow Road in Cumberland. Marie, excellent job as always. Enjoy the weekend, and say hello to the luckiest man in Northern Rhode Island.
Thank you, John. Have a great one.
All right, folks. There it is, Marie. It's My Health. Remember, because it's your health. Isn't she fantastic? I like hearing someone like her, because she always tells me something that I don't know. Now, folks, right now at 1:55, I did receive an email from Ed. Ed was asking me, Ed is thinking of redoing, they want to do a special project and open up their home. And Ed, folks, and by the way, you can always go to the website, depetro.com. There's a contact button. If you want to get in touch with me, that's the easiest, best way to do it. They want to do something special in their home. Heard me mention a design. He said, who is that designer you're talking about? And it's Arch Design Builders. Now, they specialize in residential design. However, it could also be commercial. You can call them Arch, ARCH, Arch Design Builders, 401-207-4124. Now, remember, it's a free consultation. What you want to do is at least call, Set up the meeting. Set up the meeting, whether it's your kitchen or bathroom or basement or deck or a special project. Arch Design Builders. And you're going to get a chance to meet with Ed and Roxanne. And let's let them look at the space. Let's dream. Let's see what can be created. Give them a call. Call Roxanne, 401 218 9707, and you'll discover the Arch difference. Arch Design Builders, 401 218 9707. They're another one. I share their Facebook page. And folks, also, if you ever hear me, a number of people, and I don't mind it, they will hear me mention a certain business, and maybe they are in the car or what have you, and it just, they're not exactly sure how they can get in touch with them. I in no way mind putting people in touch. So if I mention a certain business, you absolutely can reach out, because sometimes it can be weeks, sometimes it can be months. I've had people literally years later say, who is that company? I also received an email from Jen. Jen needs a plumber. Who do I recommend? I said, it was an email. I emailed her, contact J&B Plumbing. Called the Dream Team, Tommy and Jimmy, 401-743-9153. They can repair clogged pipelines. They can repair damaged water pipes. You need a plumber, J&B Plumbing. Call Jimmy and Tommy, 401-743-9153. Well, folks, good afternoon. It is right now 1:58. And just to repeat again, we will be active with Road Patrol Live later. If you visit the website, depetro.com, ICE has been in the state twice. We're going to have the latest video up on the website. We do have the police body cam video. On this Friday, and happy Valentine's one and all. Tonight should be interesting on Road Patrol. Valentine's night can actually be kind of a lot of people kind of upset feelings, a lot of emotion going on. People can be a little volatile. We'll play it out on Road Patrol Live later. But folks, this week, I just I don't see. I mean, think of this. Next week will be finally a full month that the new administration is in office. I just find right now, by the day, our Rhode Island leaders seemingly are more and more out of step with where the country is going and where the administration is going. And I don't understand the strategy where Governor McKee, Seth Magaziner, Gabe Amo, they want to try to fight them at every turn. I don't get it. That's not the reaction of a lot of people in the country. Listen, everyone, be careful in the storm. Great job by JR this week. If you're listening to the radio, stay tuned for the 2 o'clock news. Everyone else will see you later on Road Patrol Live.